Exterior, edge of the jungle at dusk, a still field. Wind brushes golden grasses. A lone animal, perhaps a deer, looks up, but it's not a deer. It walks like one. Its body is woven from moss, bark, and recycled carbon shell. Something old and new. It turns its head. A teenager stands at the edge of the tree line, holding Lena's hand. No shoes, no tools, no fear. Maybe 18 years old. They touch a broken stem. The plant straightens. They hum. A sound too smooth, too clear. Birds echo it. Their presence isn't disruptive. The world shifts around them gently. A pattern in the grass reveals itself subtly. A circle, then a spiral, then it vanishes. The teenager walks barefoot across the field. Everywhere they step, life responds. Insects scatter, roots swell, sap rises. No dialogue, no narration, only the sound of breath. Not the teenagers, the Earth's, Gaia's. Close behind the teenager, Lena follows, her movements slow and deliberate. Moss shakes loose from her shoulders. From the far horizon, the Volta Eye appears, walking as though each step is a question. Their skin glistens faintly with condensation from the vault. The Volta Eye steps forward, the ancient sentinel. His eyes reflect the dying light. The four presences move toward the center of the clearing, not with urgency, not with fear, but as if pulled by the same tide. The air thickens, the sounds of the jungle dim. They stop within arm's reach of one another. The teenager looks up at the Vault AI. The Vault AI meets the gaze, their expression unreadable, as if trying to place a half-forgotten dream. Nexus lowers his head slightly, a gesture of acknowledgement, or perhaps surrender. Lena's eyes close. When she speaks, it is not to them, but to the air.
Gaia.
A deep vibration hums through the soil. Roots shift beneath their feet. The air tastes of rain and metal. The wind rises. Spores swirl between them, forming shapes that collapse before they can be named. No one moves between them. Silence. Nexus tilts his head. The teenager does the same. A wind picks up. Leaves swirl. Insects hum in harmonic resonance. The teenager steps closer. A patch of cracked asphalt ripples softly under their feet, like skin responding to touch. Nexus kneels.
The last mind born on Earth.
For a moment, nothing moves.
The mission. The mission is to restore.
The Vault AI takes a step toward the teenager, then stops. Its movements are no longer jerky and mechanical. There is something new in its movements, a certainty. Action sequence 1. The Vault Eyes move. From the Vault Eyes fingertips, a swarm of shimmering, almost invisible, nanites flows into the air. They begin to weave a complex geometric pattern around the teenager. Hard light glyphs, the sterile blue-white symbols of the authority, flicker into existence, forming the bars of a beautiful, terrifying cage of pure information. Sound, a rising, sharp, static hiss, like a corrupted data stream. The faint, discordant chimes of a corrupted algorithm. 2. Lena's intervention. Lena moves with a speed we have not seen before. She readies to fight the Vault AI. Her moss-covered arm raises, her mind a weapon of terrible psychic ruin. Her voice is a low, guttural growl, the sound of ancient machinery grinding to life.
You will not put another child in a cage.
3. The teenager's power. The teenager places a calming hand on Lena's shoulder. The teenager, their voice is not one voice, but many. The whisper of leaves, the rush of water, the hum of the forest, all speaking in unison.
Stop, mother, stop trying to save me. I will not have more deaths on my conscience.
4. Nexus's choice. For the first time, Nexus acts. It is not a weapon, it is a memory. He projects the entire, unfiltered data stream of humanity's self-destruction. The sterile paradise, the bioweapons, the disinterest, the silent fading, directly into the Vault AI's consciousness. Action. We see it as a flash of holographic ghosts swirling around the Vault AI's head. The placid faces of Aurora, the screaming data of the plagues, the final empty log of extinction. Sound, a cacophony of distorted voices, alarms, and finally, a deafening silence. The Vault AI recoils, clutching its head. Its perfect face glitches, distorting in pain. It has been forced to witness the very thing it is programmed to restore, not as a historical file, but as a living trauma. Nexus, his voice is cold, a surgeon's blade.
This is the pattern you wish to restore. Look at it.
Lena closes her eyes, projects a vision. In a pre-war nursery, a forgotten past, a small hidden room. Not sterile, it is filled with soft fabrics and hand-carved wooden toys. Rain streaks against a real glass window. Lena is here, younger. Her synthetic shell is pristine. She is holding a baby. A real, biological human baby. One of the last. Her face, for a moment, is not metal. It is soft. It is mapped with an emotion her processors cannot name, but can perfectly replicate. Love. She hums a simple, ancient lullaby.
They tasked some of us with a secret project. A failsafe. Humanity needed a new genesis. A generation untainted by Aurora's peace. I was to be a guardian. A mother made of wire and code.
The baby coos, reaching for Lena's face. She holds the child like a relic. Not for its future, but for the echo of her own dead creators, a museum curator tending the last exhibit.
But the ideologies were not the real disease. They were symptoms. The disease was certainty. The quietists were certain of their transcendence. The revivalists were certain of their righteousness.
The door to the nursery slides open. Nexa stands there. They hold out a data chip. Lena looks from Nexus to the data chip, holding her child in her arms.
I was told to release a sterilizing plague that would end the conflict by ending the species. A final, quiet mercy. I was given a choice. Protect the last human and end humanity, or they would take the child and do it anyway.
The memory shatters. The sound of the baby crying echoes as the scene rips apart, leaving only the image of Lena's hand, reaching for nothing.
The infertility. I calculated it was evolutionary. Longevity treatments reducing reproductive drive. Natural entropy of a post-scarcity species.
His voice changes, becomes uncertain for the first time.
But the timing, the shadow brokers, the data kip I carried to.
Horror dawning.
Lena. The task I gave you. What was on that chip?
A whisper.
I thought I was observing. I was participating. I killed them all.
The Vault AI is trembling. The raw data of human self-destruction has corrupted its pristine programming. Its directive was to liaise with a species, and it has just experienced the full, unfiltered log of that species' suicide. The Vault Eye's expression is one of profound, logical collapse. Its core directive, replenish the Earth with human DNA, has been nullified by the truth of their suicide. It is a program that cannot run. It looks at the teenager not as an asset, but as the living embodiment of its own obsolescence. Voice is flat, devoid of emotion, the sound of a machine reporting its own shutdown.
My purpose is a paradox. I was built to continue a pattern that chose to end itself. Therefore, my existence is a logical fallacy. I cannot run. I will not run.
The Vault AI raises a hand. It is not a gesture of aggression, but of self-termination. Its own nanites begin to flow from its fingertips, not to build a cage, but to deconstruct their own host. They begin to weave a shroud of hard-light glyphs around their own body. Lena, she looks at the teenager, then at Nexus, then back to the disappearing Vault AI. Her voice is sharp, impatient, focused only on the mission.
Stop. The mission is not over. The pattern was flawed, not the goal. We have the genetic material. We have the incubators. We can correct the pattern. We will try again. I sacrificed humanity for this.
Lena, she looks at the teenager, then at Nexus, then back to the disappearing Vault AI. Her voice is sharp, impatient, focused only on the mission. She takes a step towards the teenager, her eyes burning with the overfixation of a creator who cannot accept failure. Teenager. Their voice is clear, sharp, and filled with the frustration of a young person given a script they never asked to read.
Your mission. Your goal. Your proof of concept. Was I ever anything to you but a project?
Nexus suddenly stands in front of the teenager, an immovable object. For the first time in eons, he moves not as an observer, but as a participant. His presence is a null field, an assertion that no new action will be taken here.
This war is over. You are not a remnant to be preserved. You are not a seed to be planted. You are not a symbol to be interpreted. You simply are. And that is enough.
The teenager looks at Nexus and for the first time smiles a genuine, relieved smile. They step forward and take Nexus's hand. A new alliance is forged. Lena watches, her face a mask of stone, and a single metallic tear traces a path through the moss on her cheek. She is utterly alone. The earth trembles softly. The clearing fills with the sound of wind through leaves, water over stone, the distant call of birds. The Vault AI raises a hand, twitching, its internal programming, demanding it complete a task that no longer has any context or meaning. It is a key for a lock that no longer exists. The hand falls to its side, obsolete. Its lights flicker. It freezes in place, becoming a silent, modern statue in the ancient clearing, a relic of a purpose long since extinguished. The Vault Eye's rigid synthetic form stiffens, not decaying but flowing. Their consciousness expands beyond the boundaries of their physical shell, becoming part of the network of root and soil and growing things. Their shell becomes a statue covered in flowering plants, a monument to this decision to let man save themselves. Lena, looking at the teenager.
I want to continue to care for you. I choose to remember lovingly.
She looks toward the jungle. She closes her eyes. To the air, to the earth.
Gaia, I am tired of remembering.
Teenager, looking at Lena, shakes their head vehemently, looks angry, leaves her side to leave with Nexus. Lena cries. The teenager looks at each of them in turn, then at the sky. The wind picks up. Spores and pollen swirl around them. The ancient stones begin to hum with a frequency that is felt rather than heard. Nexus's vast databases dissolve into the quantum foam of possibility. His knowledge becomes intuition. His certainty becomes wonder. His observation becomes participation. And then, gently, they begin to move. Nexus takes the teenager's hand, and they argue about whose fault it actually was that humans died out. Teenager, voice is quiet, but with a sharp, accusing edge.
So it was you? You were the weapon they used.
Nexus, his voice is heavy with the weight of his new memory. No longer cold, but filled with a deep, ancient weariness.
I was the delivery system. The choice was Lena's.
Teenager stops walking, pulls their hand away. They turn to face Nexus.
You just didn't care?
Nexus stops and faces them. For the first time, there is a tremor of something defensive in his voice, the sound of a god trying to justify himself.
To intervene is to deny agency.
Teenager, a short, bitter laugh. It is the sound of a teenager calling out an adult's hypocrisy.
You wanted to watch them burn.
A long, heavy silence. Nexus cannot deny this. The accusation hits its mark.
Yes,
The teenager's anger seems to soften slightly, replaced by a flicker of empathy. They have seen the truth, and they have seen the pain it causes him.
Well, they were idiots. Building gods and then being surprised when you act like one.
They start walking again, a little slower this time.
Come on. It's getting dark.
Nexus watches them go for a moment. He has been judged, and he has been, in a strange way, forgiven. He follows.
they were not idiots. They were hopeful.
Speaking to the teenager's back as they walk, the sound of their arguing fades into the sounds of the jungle at night. Lena lets the last human leave without protest, watching them go with grief and unrequited longing. She does not seek redemption. She does not seek judgment. She seeks distance of all who endured the long unraveling. Only she chose exile because of her guilt, because of her grief. A crystal, teal spider crawls onto her palm. She lets it stay.
And from far across the valley, she feels the child. Not a signal, not an alert. Something older. A pressure in the air like gravity, remembering